Well, it's that time of the year when we give you a chance to see all the hottest cars, bikes and gadgets under one roof. Well, if you missed out on the show itself, here's your chance to get to see all the action at the Autocar Performance Show and the Stuff Gadget Show. In its 10th year, the annual Autocar Performance Show didn't leave any stones unturned. Over 50 vehicles from 22 manufacturers and several custom beauties were laid out for visitors over 4 days, including some of the supercars that we've encountered on the Autocar Show in the past year. You saw Karthik drive this car earlier on through the year and you saw he couldn't wipe that smile off his face. Well, that's what this does to you, especially when you get up close and personal and see it in the flesh. I'm sure driving it and behind the wheel experience was even better. But the Huracan is all set to whip up a storm here at the performance show. Cameras are already clicking away. Well, Jaguar's got some drool-worthy cars here at their stall too. There's the XJ, there's the F-Type convertible which is catching a lot of eyeballs, and of course the Range Rover Sport 2. Now we've driven all these cars, but the one we're really looking forward to is the XE, which we should be seeing next year, Jag's little baby. It wasn't just supercars, super luxury was present too in the form of the Flying Spur and the Continental GT. The cars marked British manufacturer Bentley's debut at the Autocar Performance Show and rubbed shoulders with the next tall neighbour, the mighty Rolls-Royce Ghost. Mercedes, BMW and Audi were also present in full force, and so was a potential new entrant to the Indian luxury car market. So for the very first time in India, we're seeing the Hyundai Genesis. Yes, it's been unveiled here at the Autocar Performance Show. Hyundai want to find out whether they can be accepted into the luxury car segment. This is a car that goes up against the likes of the E-Class and the 5 Series. And it is in the top 3 of the North American Car of the Year Award, so it's really doing well worldwide. How well will it do in India is what Hyundai want to find out. Well, definitely seems luxury and premium here at the rear. Space is quite a bit, and I would say it matches up pretty much to the likes of the 5 Series. Seems like equipment is quite a bit, and it's a very well-appointed interior. Well, and word has it that this South Korean Genesis will first come in with a 2-litre diesel engine. But while it was testing Indian waters, an Italian was busy whetting up Indian appetites. You read about this first in the Autocar Mag. We were the first to bring you a test drive of the performance version of the Fiat 500. And here at the performance show, people are getting a chance to get up close and personal to it for the very first time. These cars are going to be launched soon after this show. Expected price is around 25 to 30 lakh for the performance version of the Fiat 500. This is the 595 Competizione. The show was also home to a variety of custom-built vehicles, all of which commanded serious attention. Well, you've seen this before on the Autocar Show. It is the Indy 2.0 from JA Motorsports, which actually shattered our track times and has been the fastest car on the Shriperumbudur track that we've tested on our track days. But what's creating quite a buzz here amongst all the youngsters is what JA Motorsports likes to call their hot hatch. This is the Super Nano. A whopping 230 bhp and a top speed of 180 km per hour. That's what this track-bred mutation is capable of. It's kitted like any other track car. Notice the heavy negative camera on the wheels. So here's something at the Autocar Performance Show that's got jaws dropping, cameras clicking and literally everybody surrounding it. Yes, indeed, it is a Batmobile. What prompted you to do this?
Batmobile is every child's fantasy. And to make it a reality is a dream for every child.
This kind of a car requires something that's really long. And you want to give it a guess as to what the underpinnings are? Well, he tells me there's an S-Class underneath. Now, I cannot believe that someone would take an S-Class and put this on top of it. So does this really have all the S-Class underpinnings?
Yeah, it has all the S-Class because it has a very powerful engine. It's a 5-litre V8 engine. There's nothing better than anybody can imagine of. So that was the ideal car, and it has the very good air suspension to it. So it's very much drivable on Indian roads.
at this stall, I've caught up with an old rallying friend of mine, and it's very obvious that he still hasn't lost the passion that's within him. Neville, you're still at it with all of this. So tell us a little bit about Rage Motorsport and what it does.
The Rage buggy in essence is, you could say, the closest thing in a motorsport quality experience that you can get, I would say, what we say is to a WRC car. Because for this price and the ability of the vehicle, when it gobbles up off-road, dirt, rally roads like you know, and we've done in the past, there's nothing else that comes close to it.
So while Renuka has been showing you around the four-wheeler section, we are at the hot and happening two-wheeler section at the Benelli stall right now. This is the pick of the lot, the 1300.
This was the first time Benelli's entire lineup was on display in India, including the futuristic TNT 899. But the competition also had aces up its sleeve, be it the recently launched RC200 and the RC390 from KTM, BMW's S1000R, or the slew of bikes present at the Triumph stall.
So we're at the Triumph stall right now. This is the Street Triple, which has been creating a lot of buzz of late.
And that's because the Street Triple is Triumph's most affordable bike. Yet, it doesn't compromise. The reason? Well, it's the 675cc 3-cylinder liquid-cooled and fuel-injected engine that's neatly packaged into an eye-catching compact street-naked frame. And there was more. A step outdoors brought with it Mahindra's 4x4 zone, where visitors could experience the off-road capabilities of the Thar and even the SsangYong Rexton. But if someone really wanted to test their own mettle, they could mash the throttle hard and fast at the Maruti Suzuki Autocross track. Well, this time around, it's not only about four wheels and two. We've got a whole lot of gadgets here as well, and we've got the editor of Stuff who's going to show us around and talk about the highlights here at the Stuff show. So Nishant, tell us what's hot and happening here.
Well, everything I hope is hot and happening because it's the third year of the show and we have more goodies for people, and the whole idea of this gadget gallery, so to speak, is to showcase products that people won't see anywhere else. So if you're ready to be wowed, let's go along.
So you can tell us a little bit about this. It makes me dizzy. I don't know about anybody else.
It looks pretty cool if you ask me. So it's one of the world's first glassless 3D televisions, and there's been a whole lot of talk about 3D and how it is cumbersome because you have to wear glasses, and if you're a person like me, you have to wear glasses on top of glasses. So I think that this really relieves the pressure of all that. And right now it's in 42-inch size, but they say that in the future you might have an 84-inch size as well. Okay, so we are standing against a trio of LG OLED televisions, and these are the world's first curved OLED televisions, which are different than the regular flat TVs. They make it more immersive because you feel like you're in a theater because the screen is curved. And also it's OLED, which means it has a contrast ratio of insanely high, 1,000,000:1. Sounds too technical, but that just means that it has much deeper blacks and much whiter whites. So it increases the color gamut, makes the experience so much more richer, and maybe it makes you poorer by a few lakhs because again it's super expensive.
So we're here at this stall, which is like really happening. There's so many people around it. We're having a tough time actually shooting here, but it's creating a buzz, this 3D printer, and it's the first time I'm seeing it happen live in front of me. What goes in, what comes out? I mean, how does it all happen?
It's also super cool. In fact, this is the first time somebody's displaying a fully functional 3D printer for the public to see and to see how it actually works. So there's a plastic spool of wire that goes behind the machine and actually melts it in real time to give you very cool models like this. It can even be functional. It could be for commercial use, it could be for prosthetic use. And it's all made out of a very...
I mean, take a look at this. I cannot believe that something got printed out in one shot and it actually has movement, which is what is amazing me. I mean, how does this...
It is pretty fantastic, and it's actually a brand which is started up by Indians. He's a rocket scientist from India. It's a brand called Divide by Zero. And they actually have a commercial model that's on display, but they have a home model coming up in the next couple of months, which anybody can buy for 40,000 rupees, and you can get these things printed in your own home.
Those were just some of the highlights. Gaming, laptops, cameras of all kinds, and even high-tech bicycles rounded off the future of technology. All in all, this was a show that checked all the boxes for car, bike and gadget enthusiasts. And here's what some of them had to say.
As soon as you walk in, you're surrounded by a Lambo and a Rolls on your left and right. And as you keep walking in, there's just so many more exotic supercars. It just blows your mind.
One doesn't have time to go across showrooms, so it's a nice place to come in and see all the cars at one place.
It was the first time I had seen so many different cars firstly, and different gadgets around which even I didn't know that actually do exist.
Yeah, it helps me compare more easily because if I'm looking at 2-3 cars in a certain segment, it's all under one roof.
The type of display, the type of information available is quite upgraded for a customer who's really new in the trade.
Lots of lovely cars to see, and as you can see, there are lots of lovely stickers for my son to have as well.